Hello. So it's been a while since I have made a new video, so I may be a little rusty, but let's do it. So recently I've been to Philadelphia Art Museum to see Noah Davis's work, and so I saw his work before, like one of his painting in another exhibition of black artists, and I actually talked about his painting, The Massacre in Tulsa, like in another video about the art of resilience. So I kind of knew about his style, but I wanted to see more of his work. So he's again like a black artist from LA, and then he was always been a painter, and he was so with his wife they made an underground museum for art and everything, and they were really into like bringing art to like general people and more to the like under represented communities, and they were doing a lot, and like he was diagnosed with cancer, and then only at the age of 32 he passed away in 2015. So I didn't know about all these before I went to this exhibition. I only knew about his work, like his style and everything. So anyway, so when I went there, like the exhibition actually opened with this painting. So this painting is known as the 40 acres and mule, like a and a unicorn. So you can see here like there is a unicorn, and then there's this boy. He is sitting in this unicorn, and it's like a whole black like background and everything, and you can tell it's from a dream, right? So the story behind it is like after the Civil War, I guess, there was this promise that every black family will get 40 acres of land and a mule, so they can start like building their future, their fortune and everything, and that promise never came true. So a lot of promises that the land, like the country, gave to the black people never came true. So that is like one of the things that like in the black like background there is this creature which could be a mule, but now it's an unicorn like from a dream, and then that boy's like dream never came true, something like that. So like then you see that now you understand that Noah Davis is very like he wants to talk about like black life, right? So then like this painting really caught my eye because it's like just looking at um like the lights and everything, it's like Los Angeles. So like I could tell that it's a city and everything, but this is just so, if you see here like the dream is so shiny, but like the reality is so faint. Like you can see that like everyone talks about, when they talk about LA, it like they think about like a very bright, very shiny, very like the land of the angels and everything, the city. But like when you really look at it, there's these smears, there's this like, but the thing about this is it doesn't make it any less beautiful. So the more and more you'll see Noah Davis's work, it's like he's just talking about like everyday life, like without being politically correct or incorrect or anything. It's just human beings. Like so every time somebody thinks about like a love letter to a city or like a community or something, they only think about like the bright pictures, the shiny things, like the most beautiful things. But like as you think about it, to portray a person or a community or a place or anything, like it's the best way to portray them as they are. And that's actually more like convincing, that's actually more like lovable. And like, so I found like, suppose pictures these paintings, like the colors, like how this person is like going from like a black to white, and like it's, I don't think like in PowerPoint I could really like explain it to you. But when, like, the point of my making these videos is that you go ahead and you look at the paintings by yourself, and then like you know more about the colors, the textures. It's just so authentic if you see them with your eyes. So you'll see that like his work is like very matte, like the finish is, this part is shiny. But if you really look at like, it's a regular scene of like regular people just like sitting there, or like resting, or a person reading a like a newspaper, or a person is just lying down or on the street, or like maybe he's tired, maybe he's homeless. Like, we don't know a lot of stories, but he's catching those glimpses, like same as we do in photographs. But it's so authentic, and I loved that about his painting style. So when, like, Noah Davis was also like looking at his mother's old pictures, like from their neighborhoods pictures and everything, and he was like making those photographs into paintings, right? So he, like, suppose this is like a swimming pool, and people are like just like swimming there, like, and this is just so like a normal moment in people's life. So whenever people try to portray like black life or like Latino life or something, they make it sometimes like so political, so like I don't like how to, like, so the thing is like, it doesn't need to be over curated all the time. That's all I'm saying. So in this picture, like, you can see the top is like not there. So probably we are seeing this from like a bar, like suppose this is a window or something, and this part is off, so we cannot see the face of the, like, the man or anything. But at the, like, I think this the thing that caught my eye. So this was the abstract by Mondrian, and like that actually was the like beginning of abstract art, right? So you can see here like he is only like showing us like shapes, very structured shapes, which is very different from this one. But he is still like having his colors like the same as he does. And like maybe it's something it's written here, maybe it's like a Chinese restaurant, or like maybe we don't know. But like he's paying homage to like abstract art as well, and people are sitting here, maybe they're eating, or like, so that's the thing, that we don't know what's exactly going on, but at the same time like he's telling us a story, and he's also experimenting with his techniques. So I really liked that part, and these pictures are pretty big. So like in the exhibitions, like you could really look at these colors and like the strokes and everything, and they're just so beautiful. So I think another thing that he really wanted to do, about like his dream come true thing. So he, this part of these pictures were like known as Pueblo del Rio. I forgot the name, but that was like the, so there was a neighborhood that was built to be like a garden city, like garden neighborhood or something. But with time, that neighborhood really became like very like poor, very under so he wanted to see that in in a different eyes. So he thought that, what if like the neighborhood was what it was supposed to be? So what if the boys that just roams there, like they're like proper dressed up, happy, smart boys. What about the man? He is not like a homeless person, but like a orchestra conductor. The girls are like playing, like they're dancing ballet, and then somebody is like having a like a trumpet, like so. The thing is like he understood the realities, but at the same time he was like, okay, this is the reality. We were promised something that we did not get, so but we still hope and we still dream of better things, and like what could be those dreams. So I love these like ideas. And then he's like, you can see, still see here like the structures, right? And then like the box designs and the person's like very sharp edges. And but again, this one, it's just melting in the like background again, like so how he like with colors and lights and everything, like he puts the like the melting nature and at the same time very structured shape. Like I really loved it. And then this one was another from his, I think he went to a tour or something, but like you can see just regular people like after they had a bath, or like some like boys are just like sitting on a like, so you can say that like he really know about like the lived experience of black neighborhoods, the lives and everything. And I think like that pushed him to make that underground museum for like a people. And they had a like a collaboration with Mocha, and then like they did several exhibitions. And when he was really sick with cancer, like he also curated a lot of exhibitions. So there are some very like highlighted piece of his like Isis, which he did with like portraying his wife as a like a Egyptian god, and then some others, but I haven't like added them here because I really wanted to see his regular work. Like so here, like I really liked this. Like as a like I'm very interested in curation, like what like how you decide what to put on an exhibition, or like how you show people, like how you explain that artist to a person, like to a viewer. That's really interesting to me. And I really liked this part. So this was like a this is a whole wall, and you can see that like his motivation is like I just couldn't do anything else. And like I love this line that I'd rather fail at painting than be successful at anything else. So like you can tell he came from an art background, but at the same time like he really feels it. You can say like just looking at his work. So these are some photographs from his family, from his, so this is one of his paintings, I guess. And then I so there was also like, so this is my phone. So yeah, so like I liked the whole exhibition so much. It was very heartwarming. And at the same time, you feel like that person did all these in only 32 years in his life. Like 32 is like the he was 32 when he passed away. So I loved like how much like he like he showcased himself, or like explained or expressed. So I'm really um like happy that I went there. So the next part, so what was happening? So this is like one of my very favorite piece in um Philadelphia Art Museum. It's a huge statue. This is a staircase, so like you see like Diana. So I loved this statue, so I just wanted to put it here. But so this was exhibition, like a photography exhibition. I didn't know about this, and then I went there to see Noah Davis's work. And then after I like passed through the corridor, like there was this exhibition. So this starts with these Robert Frank's photographs. Like he had a photography book, The Americans in 1955, and then there was bunch of other photographs about the same, like from different graphers in the same exhibition, and they all told about different aspects of American people. So this is the 2050, like, yeah, 250th anniversary of America's like birth, and Philadelphia is the birthplace of US, so like it's celebrating like in a big way. So he's like the photograph, the trolley, New Orleans. I haven't added it here, but I really want, like, if you are watching this, please go ahead and watch Robert Frank's videos, documentaries, photographs, books, everything. It's awesome. I didn't know about anything of it. Okay, so what, like, these are not all Robert Frank's work, but other people's work, but like some of the paintings really, like some of the photographs really stuck with me. Like I'm not a, like, I don't understand photographs much and like a lot of things, but I really loved some of the portraits. So like suppose this one, and I don't even know why I loved those, I just loved those. And then I think this one, I really liked this painting, like photograph so much that like she, as if like she was just looking at my eyes, and it was just so wonderful. And then like I don't know about all their stories, but about Robert Frank's work, what I learned, like they're not Robert Frank's, all like all of them, but like what I learned about his work is that like he took that long trip to went to different places, but and he took a lot of photos. But when he came back and actually sat down to like print his photographs for this book, he started realizing different things. So some of the photographs maybe like he didn't think about that in that way, but when he really started printing, like sorry, not printing, like what's they call it? Um like from negative to like prints, and then they like he experimented with a lot, like with the um made some of his paints like prints very grainy and everything. And he actually like so his intentions were somewhat changed when he was actually like developing those prints, right? So then like a lot of things were just like a road, but suddenly when he was actually sitting down with all of his things, then it came to him then like, hey, this is not just a road, but it looks like a flag or like something like that, or like so. And then he put that intention into that printing process. So like I think I was watching a like video where they say that like don't be afraid to experimenting, and then like or like editing your pictures or like. And so yeah, with this like I don't have much to say about the like photos themselves, so I'm just talking about like other stuff. And then like so what, again, like I, I will just add it like a random thing that like I was listening to Amy Sherrill's like interview recently. So Amy Sherrill is another black artist. I saw her work in Baltimore. So and like she was not just painting but quilting. Like so what I would say is that like don't be afraid to experiment with your art. Like if it's like if you want to like put a paper, if you want to put like a quilt on your photo, do it. So that's the thing, like what your intention is, only you know, as a artist, as a photographer, as a painter, as a like curator even. What is your understanding? What is your intention? That really shows. So I loved these like pictures so much that like it's Texas. So you can tell like it's not very like it's not it's a little homophobic to be honest, but like how these like very strong men like are like holding each other's hand with this like tank top, and then like his tattoo, like the whole composition is just so beautiful. And also like I learned another thing from Robert Frank's video is that like he never was afraid to crop his work. Like there is a big like thing that like should like somebody crop their paintings or photographs. So a lot of people look photographs from like a very wide perspective. A lot of people look from like drone perspective, from bird's eyes. Even like when I was hearing about like Robert Frank, like he would always see things as an outsider, even his own family. Like he was as if like he is just an observer in that situation, he's nothing else. In the other way, like when I was looking at like the paintings, like an artist like suppose Noah Davis, they are actually feeling that. Suppose if you are a writer, you are not an observer. You are actually taking that in, taking that pain in, taking that happiness in. So it's a very different understanding. So like as a personal, like from my personal space, it's a very different understanding because I cannot see things as an observer. Like because I have the tendency to go in and absorb things. So when I was what like seeing his work or like other photographers' work as like an observer, it was a really different understanding for me. And like so just going from Noah Davis's work to this shift was a little bit. So this is Robert Frank's one of his opening, like he in his books The Americans, there are like I think 4 chapters. So this is one of those, and like every chapter starts with a flag. So you can see here that this is the flag, and there like the part like there is a woman, two different women, and like two different classes maybe, or we don't know. So yeah, so he would like a lot of like his photographs, like when again when he printed, he cropped those, and then like he developed those differently, or like he chose some that like were out of focus. So yeah, I loved the experimenting part. This one, I wouldn't say I understood anything of it, but I loved it. That like the flag is like you cannot see the person's face with a flag for the flag. And yeah, I don't know. I just loved like the color, like the door, like the dress colored, like the whole printing process was wonderful. I think one of the things I always think is that there was a lot of room to experiment for older photographers because they would always like use the dark rooms, and in the dark rooms they could do a lot of like chemical like reactions and like different like lights, colors. Like there was a lot more room to experiment when like photographs were analog. So like digital, like they're nice, they're beautiful. I probably like, but I think it's just so hard for like it's the same as like paintings, right? Like there's so much has been done that it's really hard for new photographers, and now that AI is there, like it's pretty hard. So yeah, so that's the thing. Like I didn't like I was thinking a lot in these exhibitions, and I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. Again, this is again one of like I loved this picture, like how it like he looks and everything. So, and this is just a very old couple, like they're kissing on the beach. And so I don't know that like why I picked those particular images, but I think like I would like that like anybody who listens to me, go ahead, do your experiments with art, watch more, see more, take your card and go to a field trip, and then do your experiments on. So like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things to do. So that's it. And I hope we will talk about like more in my next videos. Bye.